Alright, hello guys, welcome back to the SBR YouTube stream here today for the Brazilian Grand Prix. We are here in Season 3 for one final time. We go racing here in Switchback Racing League. This is the Tier 2 stream, and this is round 17 of the Season 3 Championship event. And we're here in Brazil, in Sao Paulo, for the Brazilian Grand Prix here at the Autodromo Jose Carlos Paces, the Interlagos circuit for short. So let's get into this Grand Prix. As I mentioned, we're here at Switchback Racing League, and we're here at the Brazilian Grand Prix, which has a circuit length of 4.3 kilometers, that's 2.6 miles, 15 turns, and 2 DRS zones to help encourage overtaking. And like I said, well, we're here for one final time in Switchback Racing League, as this is the final round of Season 3, Tier 2, in SBR. And in the comms booth for today, it's myself, Formula Jonah, and joining me in the commentary booth, he has returned to the comms booth in Tier 2, it's Ben, the league owner. Welcome back to the commentary booth, my friend. It's been a long time since we've commentated together, but I can't wait to be commentating with you again as we get the final round underway here in Tier 2 of SBR.
Yeah, always a pleasure, mate. Great to be here for, well, it's been a fair few races. I can't really remember the last time I commentated. I've always been busy with something or other, but yeah, great to be here. Already seeing a lot of times being put in Q1, a couple of crashes as well, as we are fond of seeing in Tier 2. But yeah, everyone out for one last time, eager to impress, hopefully for their seats for next season. Hopefully a lot of these guys will be staying with us. It'd be a pleasure, as we've seen a lot of good racing, especially in this tier this season. As we're watching the Constructors Champion Saro, I believe he was also second in the championship, if I'm not mistaken, come down the back straight, taking not the shortest route to the line, and he's going to do an 8.2, put him comfortably up into P5.
Yeah, good lap from Saro there.
Yeah, I'm just going to say, this 7.2 from Charles Leclerc is absolutely ridiculous. For Tier 2 in Q1, that is a really fast time, so really good to be interesting to see what he can do. Maybe he can get to the 106s, which I would not expect would have been touching if someone had told me last week. If someone had told me before this race, but yeah, good to see the pace so great in this well, what's meant to be the secondary tier in this league.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, like, a very impressive lap time from the Red Bull driver in T1, 107.2, as you did mention, and it's quite extraordinary to see that in, like you mentioned, a secondary tier in a league. That just proves that this tier and this league has so much potential and has so much pace in both tiers, which is incredible to see. And incredible to see that already we're seeing drivers going into that area of the 106s already into Q1. We're not even into the fastest times that are going to be coming in Q3. We're just into the first qualifying session. So I think that lap time that Charles Leclerc has proved and just posted right there, and a few other drivers have been posting some similar lap times, that just proves this qualifying session is going to be a very exciting one to end off the season.
Yeah, for sure. As we see Asa, I believe he's, I don't know what's happened to him there. Actually, I'm going to try and get a view on Stigmatic Drip's car. But yeah, a lot of these guys, a lot of competition in this tier. Although Michaels has won this season, Ace has just gone into the barrier for no real reason. But yeah, as I was saying, a lot of although Michaels has seemed to run away with it, there's been a lot of drivers who've been on this pace. Just I think maybe not quite as consistency. I think that's been the real difference this season. He was crowned championship winner a couple of races ago in a qualifying session. So yeah, already a few drivers out of the session. Some of those have chosen to retire in the pits, as we see Gamer, who set a decent time, putting himself into P3. Unfortunately, a few drivers reported themselves to be available and have not turned up without explanations. So we don't have the full grid that I think we both would have hoped for this last race of the season. But it is what it is. Maybe they can even join us for the race. Fingers are crossed firmly for that one. But yeah, just drawing on some of the battles. So, although the championship is won, Michael's with an incredible lead of 85 points, really. So consistent. But just between Lowline and Saro, as Chaos Druid joins, I need to tell him to retire. He is joined late. But yeah, Saro and Leo are just, there's just four points in between them for this championship. Really close stuff for P2. Saro looking to make it a 1-2 for McLaren after his teammates wrapped up the championship and they wrapped up the constructors already. What a great season it's been for them. As my standings have closed my phone, and also what's really impressive is that Charles Leclerc, who joined in Portimao, is P5 in the championship and is 2 points off Kai, who's DNF'd in the last two, despite his impressive pace throughout the season. Yeah, there's 2 points in between them for P4, and then there's about 5 drivers within 8 points of each other, all who could get P6 for the season. Although I say that 2 of them aren't racing, unfortunately. But yeah, so we've still got some battles. Although the figurehead title as such has been won, there's still some competition. There's still a lot of competition going on for today, which is important to have in this league. As we see, I believe that is Jamie F1. Who's going to cross the line on his lap. Let's see how he takes this. Goes down into third gear for the first corner. Misses the apex quite drastically there. Actually, that's not what he would have wanted. Seems to be quite low on ERS as well, so he might have been on a lap before and backed out. His first sector is being blocked. It looks like a 16.9. I don't know if that's down or up because the YouTube stream came up. As he goes through this double apex right-hander, I believe it's the retro buster, but I'm not entirely sure, so don't quote me on that. Down into second gear for this complex sequence of hairpins, just itching to get onto the throttle. Gets a slightly dodgy exit, not quite what he would have wanted, I fear. That was better though. And he has to lift off completely. I don't think he's on a push lap now. Well, he's actually only a little bit down. That lift will not have helped him at all. You want to be really sweeping through that corner. But I fear the grip might have gone for Jamie. He might be boxing this lap as he's going to run out of ERS as well. Most drivers are retiring. Yes, and he is going to box this lap. Kai is in danger. He needs to set a time to get himself out of that dreaded elimination zone, which is really somewhere where Kai should expect. He should expect a lot of himself, knowing the pace he has. But yeah, we'll watch his lap in a bit. I've done a lot of talking, so we'll hand it back to you, Jonah, for now. To message Chaos Druid as well.
Alright, yeah, so we have a few drivers out there that you did mention yet to set a lap time, particularly Kaizaki, Michaels, P12, and P16 as it stands, but they have not set a lap time in today's session. So that's quite interesting to see how that's going to work out. Pretty much everyone else is retired, I'd say. I think Gadwin probably needs to set a better lap time if he's going to get out of qualifying as well. Thankfully, these guys still have a lot of time to be able to go out on track, and that's the thing about Brazil, too, is that this track is pretty short, and so the amount of time that you can come from the pits to set a lap time is pretty short. That's what's great about Brazil, is that it is so short that you can go super late out of the pit lane in the qualifying session. So I'm expecting Gadwin, maybe Jamie to go out again. Probably Gadwin, he could probably come out, I'd say, like 2 minutes and 11 seconds into the qualifying session. He'll come out of the pit lane and set a lap time. That's what's so great about Brazil, like I mentioned many times. But Michael's on a lap right now. Let's see what he can do.
He's not using his ERS. I think he knows that he doesn't really need to push that hard, so he's not using his ERS. It's looked nice, but he's quite composed from the German driver. Doesn't really need to push at all. He just needs to set any sort of valid time, and he should be through comfortably into Q2. Kai is done a 50.8 actually. He looks like he might be. He's got a lot of fuel in this car, as I can see on the steering wheel, but he might actually be about to usurp Charles Leclerc in P1. No, he won't, but he's going to get close actually. He's 2/10 off with a 7.5, so not bad from Kai considering how much fuel he has in this car. Good dealings on that lap now. Mike is on a 52.1. He's not really gonna. He's not going to trouble the guys at the top, but he's still going to set a decent lap time. He's going to get into the 109.1s, and yeah, that'll be enough to put him through decent, considering he had no ERS in his car.
Yeah, and that's the thing too, is that he knows that he's going to be into qualifying. That's for sure on that one. So I mean, at best right now he'll be, or at least he'll be P13, because Gadwin might be able to improve. Most likely Gadwin will go ahead of Michaels. And I don't know about the elimination zone, because usually it's the bottom 5, but since we only have 17, I wonder if it's going to be 13 down or it's just going to be 16 and 17. It might be either one of those, but it's looking likely it will just be the bottom 2 in today's session, unless something is completely different. But we will find out how that all works out. Gadwin on a lap right now. Looks like Chaos Druid has left the session.
Yeah, just explaining to him the just explaining something to him. Don't worry about it.
Okay, all good there?
Yeah, it's all good.
Perfect. Okay, so looks like Michaels is actually up on his lap. He's 2.8 seconds up. That just notices the difference between no ERS and ERS. Oh,
I think he's going to come into the he was 2.8 seconds down.
Oh, was he?
It was okay. Yeah.
I think I read that wrong.
Yeah. No, it'd be impressive if he was 2.8 seconds up. That would be about a 6.3, which is pretty decent time, to say the least. Gadooman doesn't seem like he's pushing too hard either. He's using his ERS, but not exactly setting
the second sector.
I think that was a glitch. His time didn't seem particularly impressive. I think he's going to get about a mid 108 here. Yeah.
Let's see.
8.4, so it goes into P10. I'm good at these kind of things.
Yes, apparently. Yeah, 108.4 for Gadwin. Good lap time. You absolutely guessed that completely. Right in the middle of the 108s, and that's a solid lap time for Gadwin. But it looks like that is the end of Q1. We will most likely see the bottom 2 out of qualifying. Not exactly sure of that, but Charles Leclerc's lap time of 107.291 ends off today's Q1 session of the fastest lap time in today's session. Now, we mentioned this earlier on that the times in today's session just proved how quick Q3 is going to be, because this is just Q1. And so Q1, I mean, their drivers are not really pushing as hard as Q3. So we could see some even faster lap times, possibly getting into the 106s. I'm predicting pole position could be like a 106.7. I'm going bold with that one.
Oh, that's fast. I mean, I did a short quali yesterday, and I hit the pole was a 6.7. 2 of us got it, but it was yeah, that was pretty pretty quick, pretty good lap that I put in there. So I'd be really happy to see such a fast time in tier 2. But yeah, if they hit that, then fair play to them. I mean, I just hope we can get into the 106s, to be honest, and that's not something I thought I would be saying beforehand. So yeah, really impressive pace, especially from the top 2 guys.
Yeah, absolutely. Very, very quick already happening. Quick lap times coming in Q1, and more pace to be shown in the later sessions. And speaking of those later sessions, we got to talk about the next session that is coming into this. This is Q2, and the Q2 session will all be about tires, guys. This is where it matters. If you're not familiar with the full qualifying format, I'm sure you guys are familiar with it because we've been running it pretty much all season for SBR. But if you guys are unfamiliar with that, Q2, whatever tires you qualify on in Q2, you start the race on. And that goes for everyone in the top 10. 11th and down, you can pick whatever tire you want. So Q2 is all about strategy, guys. It's all about strategy. But the thing is that this track is pretty good in terms of tire wear. The tire wear is not too bad for around here. Like other tracks, like maybe China, Azerbaijan, Bahrain, the tire wear is a little bit more. This track and this particular race that we're going to have, we're not going to see a lot of tire wear. Probably drivers will go for the soft to medium. We'll talk about that in a little bit more in Q2, and of course during the race as well. Do you know what's going on right now? I'm kind of stuck in the loading screen right now, or in the...
It's another glitch.
Oh.
Lobby's glitched again. I don't know. They've done something awful this in this last update. I don't know why Casual is joined again. Okay, well, I think we know what we need to do here. It's going to be a new lobby in short quali.
Yeah, it might be. I think we may need to restart the streams as well if we're going to have to leave the game, because there's that other glitch where we have the game, like you have to restart the game to be able to get into a new lobby. It's another glitch of Codemasters. I hope they fix it.
Yeah, we're going to have